We got Javy Ayala back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Frank Mir at Bellator 212 on December 14th. Javy, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing awesome, man. It's good to catch up with you again. Now, I got to ask you, you find out that you're fighting in Hawaii and you find out you're fighting Frank Mir. What were you more excited for? Because this is an awesome opportunity you have here, both just where you're getting to fight and obviously against Frank Mir, a legend in himself.
Yeah, you know what? They hit me up, and then at first I didn't know the location. So I guess they were super secretive with the location at first, and they told me, "Hey, Javy, would you be willing to fight Frank Mir on December 14th?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Where's it gonna be at?" And they're, "Oh, we can't tell you yet." And I was like, "Oh, right then, sure." Boom! I signed that I was fighting that day. I was gonna fight him that day, and then later on it comes out that that Bellator is having fights December 15th in Honolulu, so they hadn't announced my card yet. So I was like, man, maybe they got the date wrong on my end or something. And then it ended up coming out there. They're gonna have the double header on the salute for the troops the day before. The opportunity to fight Frank Mir, he's actually been one of my favorite fighters since I actually first started my MMA career. Even when anybody would ask me, "Oh, who do you think's who's your favorite fighter?" I'm all Frank Mir. And then now just to have the opportunity to go in there and fight him, it's amazing.
Yeah, and it's an awesome matchup. And before we talk about that, we'll quickly talk about your last fight. I know things didn't go your way against Chieck Kongo in the last one at Bellator 199, but what did you take away from that performance that you can bring into this fight?
You know what? I felt like I just try not to rush things, play my game kind of like I did against Roy, and then I kind of just try to drag him into my fight. Something was to take my time with my stand-up and just wait for that moment, not try to rush it.
I like that. So how do you feel like you match up against Mir in this fight?
You know what? Frank is dangerous. Frank's been one of the best in the world. He's still one of the best in the world, and his stand-up's good. His ground is phenomenal. Everybody knows that. I feel like I match up good against him. I feel like it's going to be a great fight. Exciting fight, of course. If it goes down to the ground, I feel like he has the upper hand, but I feel like I could defend myself very well. I've been working with my cousin Joe Soto a lot on getting out a lot of the things, working to get up, just different things like that.
Joe Soto's your cousin somehow? Did we talk about this last time? I don't know if we did or not, because that's pretty cool, the bloodline there.
Yeah, he's actually my big little cousin. He's older than me, but I'm obviously way bigger than him.
Right. Well, what's going on with him? Because I believe he's not under contract with the UFC anymore.
No, he's not under contract with them right now. I know right now he's taking a break from fighting, kind of just working on getting pieces of his life together and stuff like that.
Okay, and doing coaching, obviously, which is always good to hear. But anyways, it's interesting you mentioned that in terms of Frank and the matchup, because you kind of said there, you want to be a little bit more calculated, not rush things. But as we know, when it comes to fighting Frank Mir, I think sort of the catalyst is you got to rush him. I mean, if you look at even going back to when he fought Shane Carwin, Shane just sort of rushed him and Frank was out of his element. How do you sort of approach that, knowing that it seems like if you want to beat Frank, you got to kind of get in there early?
Yeah, we've been working on being really aggressive, but not over rushing things and leaving myself open. So we're coming in. We're gonna come in aggressive, but we're gonna come in smart, defending myself. That way, when I fought Chieck, it doesn't happen again.
Right, that makes sense. We talked about training camp a little bit there. What about bodies? Who are some of the guys you're getting to work with for this camp?
You know what? We brought in here in town. It's hard to come around big guys, but we have a good group of guys that have been coming through the gym and just putting me through the ringer. I've actually been going to Elite Jiu-Jitsu in Visalia and been rolling with some of their heavyweight black belts there, and they've been really pushing me.
That's great. And are you working on top of all this? I remember last time you had the full-time job. Are you still doing that on top of training?
Yes, I actually still have my full-time job. I work, like I said before, I work for Walmart, and we just got done getting through our real busy season. So I've been putting in 12-hour days and still hitting the gym. So I've been a real busy man lately.
No, I bet. And so did you get to enjoy Thanksgiving at all this year or no?
Yeah, I got to enjoy it. We actually didn't work that day, so I got to spend time with my family and just actually unwind.
Here's sort of like just a curious Walmart question, because my wife loves Walmart. She uses it a lot. Is it more difficult on your job with the mobile pickup now? Because I think that is kind of cool where you can order ahead of time. Like that probably doesn't affect you much, but do you notice that that's easier or harder on your job?
You know what? We don't really notice it because of how I work at the distribution center. So it's more the stores that have to deal with all that stuff. I actually haven't used it, but I seen that they have that mobile pickup, and I was like, you know what, that actually looks pretty cool. I have to go inside, and then because every time I go inside Walmart, I end up coming out with like a lot more things.
Exactly. I think
I went
everyone
in there
does,
for.
right? Yeah. That's why they strategically place things in certain areas. So then it's like, oh yeah, I think I might need that or whatever, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
On that note, I mean, do you have to diet much? I know you're a heavyweight, but do you have to sort of eat clean, even the fact that you're a heavyweight?
Yeah, I still eat clean. I naturally walk around 275, 280, so I'm naturally bigger. And then my wife cooks great. My mother-in-law cooks really good. So it's hard to stay away from the bad foods, but I really eat clean whenever I'm in a fight camp. That way I can fuel my body right.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
This one's actually going to be my cousin Joe Soto. He's actually my head coach. And then Jim Encinas, he's one of my boxing coaches. And Farron Bruce from One Kicks, he's my Muay Thai coach.
And how do you see this fight playing out on December 14th?
You know what? I see it being an exciting fight for the fans to watch, and especially all the troops right there. It's a real honor to fight in front of them. I see it being a good fight. I feel like somebody's going to get knocked out.
We talked about your busy schedule. I mean, there is no time for downtime, especially you're a family man too. I know how difficult it is, but are you getting in any, TV at all, maybe before you're going to bed or anything like that? Are you getting any downtime?
I get some. I get home from the gym at 8 and then I shower and I get to relax with my wife and my kids and watch a little bit of TV. But that's really it. It's
probably
really
kids programming then, I guess, watching a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, it's mainly kids programming like Henry Danger and shows like that.
Okay. I'm on The Wiggles right now. My son's like obsessed with that show. Have you seen that? That's an Australian one.
No, I never seen that.
Oh, it's crazy, man. They do all these songs, then they get stuck in your head, and it's just, you find yourself singing the tunes and stuff. I think I know all the songs off by heart, but we are certainly looking forward to this card. It's coming up here December 14th. It is Bellator 212. Javy, always good talking to you, man. I appreciate you taking the time. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
You know what? Everybody can find me on either my Twitter or my Instagram. It's at Chieck Ayala, and then my Facebook. It's Javy Ayala. I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsors, about Alonzo from About Millions, and then Mike Allen from Homes for Rent. Laura, my massage, she does my massaging, helps kind of put everything back in the place that I tweak during training, and also all my coaches, my training partners. I'd like to thank my wife for supporting me. It's real demanding by me going to the gym a lot. She has to put up with a lot of things, and I really appreciate her.